Hello everyone, my name is Sanjay Parashar. Welcome back to the channel. So far in this OIC tutorial series, we have learned what OIC is and why we should learn it. We have created a free OCI trial account and provisioned an OIC instance. And in the last video, we did a complete walkthrough of OIC console. Now it's finally time to build our first integration in OIC. We will build a hello world integration, and as we move forward in this tutorial series, we will gradually increase the complexity and cover more real world scenarios. As I briefly mentioned in the previous video, OIC supports three types of integrations: app driven, scheduled, and event based. Let's quickly understand what each one means. Event based integrations are used when you want systems to publish and consume events. One system publishes an event and other integrations can subscribe to it. This is commonly used to achieve loosely coupling between integrations. Scheduled integrations are very straightforward. These integrations run based on a schedule, like every hour, every day, or a specific time. They are commonly used for batch jobs or periodic data syncs. Any integration that is not event-based or scheduled usually falls under app-driven. This could be a REST service, a SOAP service, or any service triggered using adapters like FTP, database, or others. Most real-time integrations are app-driven, and this is what we will use today. Before building any integrations, whether it is small or complex, it's always a good idea to have a basic blueprint in mind. Just a simple idea of what is the input, what is the output, and how the data would flow. For this video, our use case is very simple. We will build a REST-based app-driven integration that accepts a query parameter called name and return a response like hello and that name. Since we know this design, it's clear that we need a REST adapter connection and a mapping to construct the response. Let's see this in action and build it step by step. So this is our home page of our OIC console. One way is we can go to projects, create a project, and then integration inside the project. But for now, let's keep it simple. Let's go to design, and under integrations, we can create one. And as I said, there are three types. We will select the application and we can give it a name. Let's use first OIC demo. And let's click on create. Now here, one option is we could have created a connection before and then come here and just simply select the connection here, add a trigger connection, or we can also come here under connections, we can click on this plus icon, select REST, and here we can give it a name. Let's say REST get connection. And most connections can be of trigger invoke or trigger and invoke. So whenever you want to expose your service for a certain type, it will be termed as trigger, like a trigger point for your service. And if you want to call a provider system, then you will use invoke, and then some adapters, for example this REST, can be added as trigger and invoke both. So our use case, we just want to use this as a trigger. We'll click here and click on create. And now you are at the connection section of your OIC, where you will need to select the policy, like the security policy of it. There are three policies for REST trigger option, which is OAuth 2.0 or basic authentication or both. So let's just select basic authentication. You can click on this test icon here. It will test it, and then you can save the connection and you can go back. And now you have your connection here already, so you can just click on plus icon here, click on this REST get connection, and now you will need to define what that connection is, what will be the resource URI, query parameter, and all those things. So let's just say demo REST here, and then we would want to keep it as get and what this operation will do, it will just simply say hello. It's optional, but just for the fun of it. And here you can give the resource URI of your connection. So for example, I can give v1 service say hello, and then I would want to add a query parameter, so I'll select this checkbox. I'll also want to send a response back, so I'll check this. And because it's get, we see that there is no request payload option. If we in future, when we will use REST for post operation, we will be able to give the request payload as well. I'll click continue, and now I can add a query parameter here. I'll click add. Let's just give name, and let's just give data type as string. Continue, and then for response, you get the option like JSON, XML, or other media. We can keep it JSON, and either if you have a file, you can drag and drop it here, and in backend it will understand the schema of it, or you can also type it here. So because our use case is extremely simple, I can just simply create a JSON here. Let's say greeting, and this is just sample, so I can give anything, doesn't matter. So I'll continue one more time, and here I can get a summary of how my URI will look like, what are the query parameters, what are the response media type and stuff. So I'll click on finish, and now that's how your flow will look like. You can change it from vertical to horizontal like this just by clicking on here. I like vertical, so this is our trigger point where a user will give us a query parameter name, and now in our mapping we can update this to send a response as hello concatenated with the name. And for that we can come here. This is the greeting, and this is the query parameter. And this essentially is just your XSLT like we have in SOA, OSB, and other integration technologies. For functions, there is this option here. We can come here. Either we can search, let's say I want to search concat, and it will tell me where that concat function is, or you can just go through each and every segment of functions and select one that fulfills your business logic requirement. So I'll use this concat and I'll put it in the greeting section here. And now at the bottom, I can see in the expression we have concat, and then we have comma, and then the name. So for this, I can give this name, I can come and put it inside this concatenation, something like this. And this I can hard code it to, let's say, hello. I can save it. Also, if I want to see the backend code of this, just to show you that this is simple XSLT, I can come here and I can show you this is our root template, and that's how the response is. Under greeting, we have value of concat function. Hello is being concatenated with the request name. Now this is all good. We can save it. And one thing that we need to know here is whenever we want to activate an integration here, we'll have to define a business identifier. Just to show you that, let me go back, and if you can see, it's in draft mode. We can't really run it, we can't really activate it, right? So we will go and edit here, and let's say we give it an business identifier. This is essentially is used for tracking purpose, for monitoring. As you can see here, business identifier enable runtime tracking on messages. So for now, let me just add name here, and I'll save it. And if now when I go back, you see it is configured and there is this option to activate it. So let me just activate it here. There are different tracing levels: production, audit, debug. We'll keep it debug because we want to see how the message looks like. I'll explain you this in detail, what are the different usage and different functionality of these tracing levels. But for now, let's keep it debug and activate it. And if I see it is active, and OIC has its inbuilt uh, REST client, which you can use. You can click on this run, and now we are in that client, which everything is pre-configured. This is our URI, and it says name, which is our query parameter. So here, let me just give my name here, Sanjay, and let's just run it. As you can see, we got a message greeting, hello Sanjay. That's what we defined our service to be. And here, as you can see, tracing label is debug, so we will be able to see all the complete payload of each activity or action. So this is how our mapper looks, that's how our response looks like, and this is our instance ID that can be checked within observability. So let's see how that looks. I'll go back from design, I'll go back, come to observability, and if I see the dashboard, there are certain data here. Let's see if I come to integration, I see one integration which we just created, received one message, it processed one, succeeded one, and error 0. Similarly, let's say if I go to instances, I will be able to see this. This is the latest instance that we have. And if I come here, this takes me to the same screen where I can see all the payloads. So that's how the monitoring happens. Another thing that we can check is under this message, you can see the entire message structure of our REST service where we have the complete URI. If we want to test this, let's say in Postman, let's see how that works. So I'll copy this entire URI, and we need to remember in connection we gave basic authentication. So we'll have to give our username and password for to be able to access this REST endpoint. So let's do that. So I'm here, I'll add this say hello, and a query parameter is name. Under name, let's just give James this time, and under authorization it says no auth, but we have basic authentication, and this is my username. And let's not give password for now, and let's see what happens. So if I come here, it didn't give us any response. However, as we can see, 401 unauthorized, right? So let me give my password and then test it. So now I have added my password in authorization tab, and let's just test it. And as we can see, we are getting this greeting, hello James. And if we go back to our OIC console, here we can see under integration, now our service received 3, processed 3, 2 were success, 1 was errored out, the error was unauthorized. Here you go. So in order to get something in body, you need to like define the fault handling, and there are so many other aspects to it. Now there are variables, there are integration properties, schedule parameters. There are so many things that we are still need to learn. However, this was our first integration in OIC, a very simple hello world REST service. The goal here was not complexity, but to help you understand how integrations are created, how REST triggers work, and how data flows inside OIC. In the next video, we will build on top of this and explore more features step by step. Thanks for watching, and as I always say, keep learning.